Good evening, we are team number 6 and we're presenting our STEM project, Ecotech. So first, here's a quick glance of what we're going to talk about and our team members, which are Brian Banda, Miguel Castillo, Diego Andres Rivera, and me, Ali Gonzalez.
But you may be wondering, what is Ecotech? Ecotech proposes a semi-automatic greenhouse that improves efficiency and reduces the manual labor done by the user. This can be done by applying sensors that constantly monitor and control conditions inside the greenhouse, such as humidity levels and temperature. Our goal is quite simple: simplify the management that you need in a greenhouse and also reducing the manual labor you need to have. Oh, Maestro, ¿puedo repetir?
It's okay, you can continue.
Oh my God. One main issue we found while developing our project is that in certain areas the weather can be really extreme. For example, it can be either really hot or really cold. This makes it very difficult or almost impossible for crops to grow. And that's exactly the problem we want to solve with our project, Ecotech.
Well, the main problematic the greenhouse has is that although they provide a safe place to maintain the plants, they do require a lot of effort, energy, and resources. Our project Ecotech searches for a way to solve this with some sensors of humidity and temperature that will regulate how much water and in which periods of time you do water the plants, so they could stay hydrated and well and healthy.
Well, you may be wondering, how does this project works? So firstly, we use Arduino code and a water pump. So I want you to imagine this. You want to take care of your greenhouse plants, but you don't want to be moving constantly around the room, or you have to go outside to your massive greenhouse. With Ecotech, we want to make this simpler. We want to make that so you have to open up your computer, check your Arduino code, check your values of temperature and humidity, and just press a switch so that you can sit back and relax and continue what you were doing.
Now let's talk about the components and the coding of our project. We start with the brain of our project, the blue card Arduino. It contains all information of the coding and it controls the sensor inside the greenhouse. Next, we have the protoboard. This large white board that makes possible all the connections and even a lot easier to use. We have this humidity and temperature sensor inside the greenhouse, and we have the smart water pump. But how does it work? Well, everything starts here, in this small sensor. It collects all the information of the environment, like temperature and humidity, and then sends it to the Arduino, which converts these values into measures that we can understand. For example, in the case of temperature, it's Celsius degrees, and in humidity, it's a value relative to the quantity of steam that the air can contain at a certain temperature. Once we have these values, Arduino finally sends them to the computer, so we can finally display this data, and it might look like this: temperature and humidity. And that's a picture of the final project altogether.
The steps we followed to build those STEM is basically we set the main body, which is this one. We fill it with earth, with soil, so we could put our seeds there so they could start growing. Then we set the sensor, the programming, as said my teammate. We connect a small pump, which is this one. Yeah. Then we put everything together with silicone glue, so nothing can separate us. How is our project different? The studies confirm that overwatering is a major problem in farming. So our project specifically aims to save resources like water with our sensors. So and also keep you like keep your time keep your use of time as the most effective. You can either just turn the switch on and go do some other task you need to do around.
Okay, so there are some similar studies of what we're doing right here, right now. So recent studies in 2025 of the water conservation science and engineering has highlighted that over-irrigation in traditional watering methods can affect ground integrity and also can reduce gains of your plants. What do I mean by this? Whatever you're growing, if it is a fruit or a single flower, you'll get less of it. Another study from the Journal of Innovative and Technology represents the IoT-based smart watering systems. I think we all have heard about IoT, which is the Internet of Things. I think we're all a bit familiar with this. If not, it's just systems connected by internet. So these highlights that we can use smart watering systems so that we can put a stop to water waste and only irrigate when it's absolutely necessary.
So who's the target audience of our project? Well, our project is focused on every person that works in agriculture. It can be either a big company that needs a large-scale greenhouse, or small farmers, or even you at your house with a small greenhouse like this.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about our variables. As our dependent variable, that would be the growth of our plants. Our independent variable and what we change is the irrigation and monitoring of the humidity and temperature. Since we made also a provisional case of plants where I manually watered them, and we observed that this was much more efficient and it took much less time. So the relation with this is that these systems can make all of this process more efficient, and it can even make your plants grow a little bit faster.
So now we must show you a demonstration of how this works. We must connect the Arduino to the computer. And now we just select the card. Select to get close, and it will automatically start giving us the values that I said before. If you notice that the humidity is too low, you just place the pump in a resource of water and then turn it on. This will water your plants and make the humidity increase to the desired levels. Yeah, that's it, how it works.
Alright. So
The same old greenhouses from all life with a simple twist, automation. This reduces drastically the human labor you need, because when this ecotech is working, you can simply be doing all the other tasks, for example, chores at your house, like washing dishes or hang clothes. Well, while you're doing these chores, ecotech can still be working. And for example, we are using lentils, and by some weeks, for example 1 or 2 weeks, you can be able to harvest your lentils and have a little amount to eat, but it can be multiplied this project by a lot and produce 10 times or 100 times much food as you need.
alright, so this was our project. Thank you so much for your attention.